CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Miriam Valdez-Carletti.
Good evening. A frustrating and confusing experience at City Hall today for Edmontonians upset about Infill. Council's final public hearing before the summer break has a packed agenda, and some public speakers came to take part in a conversation that might not happen. CTV's Jeremy Thompson explains.
On a beautiful summer day before Canada Day, about 100 Edmontonians squeeze into City Hall, eager to share their feelings with council on the infill they say is harming their neighborhoods.
This is not gentle densification or building the missing middle. This is densification gone wrong.
It's been a year and a half since the citywide zoning overhaul kicked in, its most impactful change allowing 8 units on virtually any residential lot.
The destruction we see every day when we look out our window or drive down the street is causing us severe emotions. We are sad, we are anxious, stressed, and at times angry, and you don't seem to care.
Monday's public hearing is a zoning check-in, an opportunity to make changes based on lessons learned from the past 18 months. But the agenda contains 32 items. Only a few are about the zoning change.
Should I be speaking later, or can I speak now?
Well, you can speak.
It was a confusing process for all of us.
We've split this thing into a discussion at the beginning of the meeting and a discussion at the end of the meeting, and the meeting is 2 12-hour days long, and people don't know if they should be here at the beginning or here at the end, and when is the end. It's an absolute mess.
Councillor Michael Jan says the confusion is partly his colleagues' fault. Tim Cartmel promised a pause on infill as he runs for mayor.
I think, quite frankly, people were misled today. They thought they were coming to see a moratorium debate, and that's not happening.
Jans calls the proposed pause reckless and illegal. He believes in incremental change to infill rules.
Where there are issues, we are fixing them, we are taking action, we are being responsive to community.
The public hearing is scheduled to last all evening and all day Thursday, likely not enough time to get through all 32 items. After that, council is on summer break until mid-August. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Cartmel plans to make his moratorium motion during the meeting at some point, and city lawyers will have to weigh in on its legality. Another woman has been attacked by a bobcat in Calgary. It happened late Sunday afternoon. The woman told police she spotted a bobcat kitten, and while she was out with her dog, the adult bobcat attacked her, leaving her with scratches. Last week, a different woman was attacked when she was walking her dog. Fish and wildlife officers responded in both cases. They say they tried to trap the bobcat and her kittens, but were unsuccessful. Officers say they continue to monitor the situation. A traffic stop in Fox Lake led to the discovery of more than 100 bottles of vodka. Over the weekend, RCMP stopped a truck with a license plate that did not match the vehicle. Officers then discovered that the plate belonged to a dead person, and the driver didn't have a license. The vehicle was seized and searched. RCMP say 2 large duffel bags with 124 bottles of unopened Red Tassel vodka were found. The street value of the alcohol is just under $10,000. The driver was issued 3 tickets. The Alberta government is creating a team to develop ways to address violence and behavioral issues in schools. But some say it's a bureaucratic move that doesn't guarantee action. CTV's Jacqueline Wilson reports.
School may be out for the summer, but class is in for a team of 20 education system officials and teachers to brainstorm solutions for the growing number of behavioral issues in schools.
This new action team is part of a broader strategy to reduce disruption in the classroom, strengthen mental health and behavioral supports, and ensure that our schools remain inclusive and safe learning spaces.
The team members haven't been finalized, but they will deliver a report this fall with the hope new policies could be rolling out right away. Minister Nicolaides didn't attach a dollar figure to the group or say if a classroom size count would be done.
We have to look at the resources that we have within the government as well, funding, budget allocations, and determine a path forward that can really work for everybody.
The lack of action is frustrating for mom and student advocate Wing Lee.
Is a country confusing because it seems like a make-work project when they need to kick in urgent solutions. We need more resources. We know why classrooms are large. We know why there's overly complex classrooms. We don't have resources in the public education system.
According to Statistics Canada, Alberta has the lowest funding per student at about $11,500 compared to the national average of almost $13,700.
More teachers in the one classroom is not enough for the special kids and the normal kids together because the teacher works so hard.
Bigger classrooms, less kids per class. So I'm hearing there's average like 35, 40 kids per class and per teacher. So just worried about the education and the amount of time per child that's allotted.
Earlier this month, members of the Alberta Teachers Association voted in favor of strike action. They're negotiating with the province over wages and classroom sizes. Jacqueline Wilson, CTV News, Calgary.
Alberta's premier is pushing back on a court injunction preventing the province from banning gender-affirming care for minors. Bill 26 restricts access to gender-affirming hormone therapy for people under the age of 16. The ban has not yet started and now legally can't. A judge ruled young patients would have faced irreparable harm if she didn't issue a temporary injunction. That means Alberta youth using puberty blockers and hormone therapy can continue. During her weekly radio show, Premier Danielle Smith says she believes the judge made an error.
I feel that there'll be irreparable harm to children that get sterilized at the age of 10 years old. And so we want those kids to have their day in court. We want those who were counseled to have sex change operations prematurely, who now feel like they weren't protected, to be able to be witnesses so that we don't make these kinds of mistakes.
Healthcare professionals have previously pointed out that sex reassignment surgery is not being performed on minors in Alberta, with the exception of top surgery in rare cases. Those opposed to the legislation say this is a victory for trans youth and human rights. Elections Alberta has approved a move by a former deputy premier to have remaining in Canada an official Alberta policy. Thomas Luczek says he wants to stop the push by Alberta separatists for a referendum on leaving Canada. Starting Friday, the province is lowering the threshold for provincial referendum from 600,000 signatures to 177,000. He says this is dangerous and opens the province up to any number of referendum questions. And he will still need to collect 600,000 signatures for his petition. Premier Danielle Smith has said she wants Alberta to stay in Canada, but says the ball is in the court of the federal government. Some Albertans will start to see the effect of Alberta's new personal income tax rate tomorrow. As part of a budget promise, the province introduced a new personal income tax bracket of 8% on the first $60,000 of income. The lowest tax bracket was 10%. The province says this could save Albertans up to $750 in 2025. The change is retroactive to January 1st, but kicks in tomorrow. The federal government's promised income tax cut also kicks in tomorrow. The tax rate will drop from 15% to 14.5% on the first $57,375 of Canadians' taxable income this year. Next year, it will drop down to 14%. The government says nearly 22 million Canadians are expected to benefit. It projects there will be $27 billion in tax savings for Canadians over 5 years. The Prime Minister has called a by-election in the Alberta riding where the federal Conservative leader will try to regain a seat. MP Damien Couric resigned from his Battle River Crowfoot seat to give Pierre Poilievre a chance to return to Parliament. The Conservative leader lost the seat in his Ottawa riding during the last federal election. Without a seat, Poilievre can't participate in question period and is not considered the leader of the official opposition. Poilievre also faces a leadership review in January. Voting day for the by-election is August 18th. Health Canada has issued a nationwide recall of certain models of Anker power banks. The recalled products pose a fire hazard. Those models include the Anker power bank model number A1647, Anker Zolo power bank model number A1681, and Anker Zolo power bank model number A1689. The lithium-ion batteries in these recalled power banks may overheat and pose a fire risk. Health Canada is also recalling children's sleeping bags. It's advising people immediately stop using the Deuter MicroStar children's sleeping bags due to a potential suffocation hazard. The sleeping bags come in blue, green, and amber maple colors. 70 of the products were sold in Canada between April and May of this year. If you have one of these affected sleeping bags, Health Canada says you should return it to the seller. A Sherwood Park man has been entertaining drivers on his longboard has caught the attention of local police. CTV's Merrick DeCash has more on what motivates his moves and how officers responded.
I got some pop, got some house, techno, EDM, drum and bass.
Caden Skelton has been dancing on his longboard almost every day for 2 years.
During the winter, I was out here. I was maybe missing like 2 or 3 days a week. During the summer last year, I was out here. I only missed like a day every week.
He dances on the corner of Baseline Road and Sherwood Drive. In June of 2023, his life flashed before his eyes.
Board flew up, head smacked on the ground, basal skull fracture, nearly severed my carotid artery, blew my right eardrum, severe moderate brain injury. There we go.
Less than a month later, Caden was back on his board, this time with a helmet on and tunes blaring in his ear.
People started talking about me on Facebook groups, saying how much I helped them or their kid with something, you know, they're going through something, and just seeing my joy and my smile, you know, and my energy, and it just brought a smile to their face.
One of the many people Caden has made smile is Constable Corey Kornicki.
As I do my patrols through Sherwood Park here, I see him all the time on the corner, and you can't just not smile when you see him.
One day, Kornicki and his partner pulled up at the intersection with an Oilers jersey in hand, a gift for Caden.
Caden's out on the corner, dancing, just making so many people smile. I don't think he even realizes how many people he makes happy.
His first Oilers jersey and a new outfit for game day.
Because that Officer Kornicki, he gave me that jersey, it has really solidified my trust in the police here in Sherwood Park.
Skelton says he is in for the long haul and will certainly still be moving when the Oilers start again next season. Merrick DeCash, CTV News, Sherwood Park.
The Edmonton Oilers have locked up star defenseman Evan Buchard for an additional 4 years. According to TSN hockey insider Chris Johnston, the new deal is worth $42 million over those years, and that is an average of $10.5 million per season. Buchard had 1 year left on his contract and was to become a restricted free agent tomorrow. The 25-year-old had 14 goals and 67 points while playing in all 82 regular season games last season. He added 23 points in the playoffs. Edmonton came up just short in the Western Women's Canadian Football League. The Saskatoon Valkyries captured their 5th straight championship title after defeating Edmonton's Arctic Pride. The Arctic Pride clinched the Western Conference title in their first season in the league. The Edmonton team is led by head coach Marcus Henry, a former Elks wide receiver. The Western Women's Canadian Football League features 6 teams across the prairies. The Calgary Stampede officially kicks off on Friday with the parade. Canadian singer Shania Twain will be the parade marshal. The parade has more than 110 entries this year, as well as 35 floats and more than 700 horses. The parade starts just before 9 and shuts down big sections of downtown. The Calgary Stampede runs until July 13th. Coming up next, a mini art showcase at the Matart with big impact. And also just ahead, how the city is preparing for Canada Day celebrations.
There's a train ride, there's lots of bounce fun. Hope City is providing a bunch of carnival-type games.
Good evening, folks. 26 degrees for a daytime high today, and it's getting even hotter in the coming days. Heat warning in effect with highs near 30 for tomorrow and Wednesday. Closer look at that and the shower and thunderstorm risk in just a few minutes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
For many Edmontonians, taking in a baseball game is a Canada Day tradition. The Edmonton Riverhawks are aware of the expectation, and they've been working for months to prepare a Canada Day game to remember for a sold-out audience. CTV's Connor Hogg got a look behind the scenes.
All hands on deck at Remax Field as the Riverhawks prepare for their biggest game of the year.
Everything kind of gets bumped up a level.
I guess with no hockey anymore, just something to do.
A sellout means more than 9,000 fans will converge here at once. There's a buzz in the air everywhere around the field.
I was here last year and it was sold out crowd, and we put up 16 runs, and it was really special. Everyone doing their jobs on the field, behind the scenes, everything. It's pretty cool.
The Riverhawks will wear Canadian tuxedo jean jerseys for the Canada Day game. The jerseys not made of actual denim. Welcome news for players and other team brass who will be out in the heat.
I mean, this is your natural habitat, I imagine. So it's quite, you know, you're quite used to it.
The added pressure, not just for those out on the field. More people means more food is needed.
We've got enough prepped for when the doors open, and that we can put it out fast enough so that people don't miss the whole game waiting for food.
Keeping the flow of people moving, whether they're in line for snacks or just to get in through the doors.
Well, it's definitely a challenge, but we get better each year.
Once people get to their seats, the pressure is on the production crew, who react live to what's happening on the field and in the stands.
It's an emotional day, and it's an emotional job, and I think it's getting the best emotion out of people. That is what makes it good for me.
All the players are counting down the days to Canada Day, always checking how many tickets are sold, and we know it's going to be a big game, so we got to perform.
What does it feel like to be able to stand here and look at all the fans up there and, you know, see well, not right now, but it's very exciting, right?
I couldn't have said it better myself. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
The city and communities in the capital region are getting ready to celebrate tomorrow. Canada Day means food, fun, family, events, and of course, fireworks. Nav Sangha has more on what to expect.
These fireworks are only a small sample of what will be used on Canada Day for the Edmonton Fireworks Show tomorrow night.
This fireworks show is one of the largest shows in Western Canada. It's certainly the largest show that's happening in Alberta this year.
Tens of thousands of people will be gathering on the Alberta Legislature grounds and other parts of downtown to watch the display over Edmonton's River Valley.
It's a big, large, traditional fireworks show, which means there's no music to it. It could be watched in the round, so anywhere where you can see the River Valley, you can come see the show.
With the Canada Day celebrations comes major road closures in the city's core that start just before 10 p.m.
We have some closures on Queenie Park Road, as well as Walterdale, as well as River Valley Road.
We don't need the added stress of trying to scramble to get to somewhere, so just leave really early.
Communities like Beaumont, Sherwood Park, and St. Albert also have fireworks shows planned. Millwoods Park will host its annual Canada Day celebrations from 2 until 11 p.m. There will be food trucks, cultural dances, live music, and activities for the kids.
There's a train ride, there's lots of bounce fun. Hope City is providing a bunch of carnival-type games.
It's an opportunity for people to enjoy the festivities, but also celebrate Canada and what it means to them.
Canada Day means independence, hope for the future for everybody.
You know, sometimes you might not feel it because we might not all look alike, but I think in our hearts we all know, you know, we're Canadian and we should be proud of that.
Edmonton transit buses and trains will be operating on Saturday or Sunday schedules. Nav Sangha, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Matar Conservatory is showcasing mini makes from local artists. Artwork from miniature enthusiasts of Edmonton are on display as part of the new Imagination exhibition. 40 artists created the smaller-than-life artwork and includes over 1,000 miniature plants. The president of the club says any artist can apply their skills to miniatures.
Anything that you could do in real size, you could do in miniature. Like, for instance, if you're into doing pottery, you could make tiny little pots. Or if you crochet or knit, you could do it tiny. Painting's tiny.
The itty-bitty displays will be featured until the end of September. After the break, how Albertans are taking advantage of the Canada Strong Pass.
A great way for Canada as a whole to promote parks and enjoy wildlife and bonding with families.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back. Couple degrees above average today. We got to 25 on Sunday, 26 today. And the warming trend will continue. 29 and 30 for highs tomorrow and Wednesday. So average highs 23. We'll be well above average for the next couple of days. Through the overnight period, you do have some isolated showers and thunderstorms in a couple spots around central and north central Alberta. Tomorrow morning, showers possible across the northeast. Here in Edmonton, sunny with a few clouds popping up tomorrow afternoon. And then, there's no guarantees on this, but anywhere between 6 p.m. and midnight tomorrow night, there might be some showers and thunderstorms in the Edmonton area, kind of right along this Highway 16 corridor, right through the evening hours. You run the chance of seeing some pop-up thunderstorms, potentially some isolated severe thunderstorms with some large hail and some damaging wind gusts. Again, most areas are not going to see that, but have a way to get weather alerts tomorrow, as there will probably be some severe thunderstorm advisories. You can see this risk carries through right till about midnight tomorrow night, although there's nothing that really, at this point, looks like it's targeting the Edmonton region. Late Wednesday might be a better chance compared to late tomorrow. Around supper time into the evening hours between Edmonton and Red Deer, off into northwestern Alberta, pretty good chance for some powerful thunderstorms, potentially some severe thunderstorms. So we'll have to keep an eye on the situation late in the day for not only tomorrow and Wednesday, but almost every day this week. 11 degrees in Fort McMurray and Grand Prairie tomorrow morning, 13 in Red Deer. We'll drop to about 15 in Edmonton. Heat warning in effect from Lac La Biche, Cold Lake all the way south, and from about Evansburg east. You get to mid to high 20s across the northwest, 29 in Red Deer, close to 30, and through east central Alberta, low 30s for Lethbridge, Medicine Hat. Here in Edmonton, 29 and 30 for tomorrow and Wednesday, 22 or 23 as we're back to around average for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And as far as those showers and thunderstorms, they will be pretty hit and miss here over the next couple of days. Heat returns by the middle of next week, so near 30 for 2 days, tomorrow and Wednesday, then a break, and then the heat ramps back up by Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. That is your forecast.
Some of the best 9- and 10-year-old hockey players in North America are back at the Ice Palace in West Edmonton Mall. The annual Brick Invitational Hockey Tournament has been a tradition since 1990. Some notable players that have played on the ice include Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Austin Matthews, and Mitch Marner. Several games are being played each day until the teams make it all the way to the finals. The chair says this tournament is a highlight for many.
I think that's the thing the committee is most proud of, is the opportunity that we've given a lot of kids to experience a once-in-a-lifetime event, and it truly is. There are a lot of other tournaments that they'll go to in their life, but when they're interviewed later on, this one comes up quite a bit.
Stiles says that a beach party is being held Saturday so players can celebrate regardless if they won or lost. And this is the first holiday weekend since the Canada Strong Pass was introduced. And among other things, the pass allows people to get into national parks and other historic sites. And some people are embracing the opportunity to go to places they've never been before.
Spending Canada Day weekend at Elk Island National Park is a special time for Sagar Mehta and his family. When they heard about the Canada Strong Pass, they knew they wanted to spend time outdoors.
And because we have the Canada Pass, the Canada Strong Pass, it actually helps us bring the family here, explore the nature, and it's amazing, and the weather is beautiful, so we are enjoying it.
Introduced by Ottawa, the Canada Strong Pass includes free admission into national parks until September 2nd and 25% off camping fees. Mata's brother and brother-in-law recently moved to Alberta and plan to take advantage.
We are planning to visit pretty much all the parks, as many parks as possible for this summer.
This definitely won't be our only federal park this summer. I'm hoping to go to Jasper and Banff as well. It's really a great program. I'm very happy to use it.
And so are the dozens of people in their cars lined up to get into Elk Island. The beach at Astotin Lake filled with tents, barbecues, and games.
I expected it to kind of have a busy lineup, but it's actually not too bad. It's not crowded. I wouldn't say it's crowded.
You don't need a physical or virtual pass to access savings. Just show up.
It's a great way for Canada as a whole to promote parks and enjoy wildlife and bonding with families.
It's free, and I say, oh, nice, it's free. $25 for 2 cars is $50. It's kind of a meal, right? So it's a good news.
There's lots to enjoy at the park besides the free entry.
All the fun animals and the bisons.
The pass also includes free admission and discounts for national museums and via rail.
And that's our show for this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a happy Canada Day, and we'll be back on the desk Wednesday night. See you then.